Welcome back to Where is the Money? So just in, we got a new report by Challenger that gives us a lot more insight on how bad the job market really is. Now, people looking for a job, it's no surprise to them. They see it every day. They fill out the application and every day they don't get an interview. They can tell, but the numbers are in, and yeah, we should talk about it.
The Challenger report is out, and it is a pretty dismal one. 108,435 job cuts announced in the month of January. That is the highest January total since 2009. As far as the numbers go, it's up 205% from December. There were 5,306 employers announcing hiring plans, and that is the lowest January total since 2009 as well. So some particularly bad news on the Challenger front. We don't usually talk about it, but sometimes lately when Challenger has come out, we've seen big market moves on the pessimism about what it might mean for the economy. Who cut the most? Well, transportation was the biggest, and that was largely due to UPS announcing 30,000 job cuts, followed by Amazon and there's 16,000. But healthcare, which is an unusual one to be in this category, was also big. The caveat, as we always mention with Challenger, is these are announcements, not actual job cuts, and some of those job cuts don't get carried out.
So it says U.S.-based employers announced 108,435 jobs cut as of January of 2026. January of this year alone, 108,000. Insane. That is a 118% surge from January of 2025 and the highest January total since 2009. And guess who else was in office in 2009? Exactly. According to Challenger, Gray, and Christmas, this is 205% increase from December of 2025. So literally from last year, the last month of last year, till January, 1 month later, 205% increase. But it's not a recession though. It's the best economy ever. These numbers don't feel and look like the best economy ever. Now let's look at the industry. You got transportation that led with 31,000 cuts, followed by technology, 22,000 cuts, and healthcare. The doctors and the nurses are supposed to be the cushy guaranteed job. That is normally job security in healthcare. Healthcare lost 17,000. Still talking about January of this year. What are the causes? Major causes. Contract losses of 30,000 were the primary drivers, followed by market economic conditions with 28,000 and restructuring, probably AI, with 20,000. And here we go, AI. Artificial intelligence was cited for 7,624 of the January cuts, approximately 7%. Hiring freeze. Hiring intentions dropped to 5,306, the weakest January on record since 2009. The high January numbers follow 2025, where according to the data from the Trading Economics, employers announced over 1.2 million job cuts, the highest total since 2020. That's last year, 1.2 million of last year, continuing that trend to January of this year. But all you gotta do is fill out more applications. Why are you still not getting a job? Why are you still out of work? Is it just you? No, it's not just you. It's millions of people, and now the number supports it. Now, I mentioned the overall industries, but let's get some names in here. What are the names that did the major layoffs in the last few months? Let's see if we can get a quick rundown. There's so many though.
The federal government is laying off 307,000 people. UPS is laying off 78,000 people. Amazon is laying off 30,000 people. Intel is laying off 25,000 people. Nissan is laying off 20,000 people. Nestle is laying off 16,000 people. Microsoft is laying off 15,000 people. Bosch is laying off 13,000 people. Dell Computers is laying off 12,000 people. Verizon is laying off another 13,000 people. Ford is letting go of 11,000 people. Microsoft is laying off 7,000 people. Salesforce is laying off 4,000 people. IBM is laying off 3,000 people. American Airlines is letting go almost 2,800 people. Paramount's laying off 2,000 people. Target is letting go another 1,800 people. General Motors is laying off 1,500 people. Kroger is laying off another 1,000 people this year. And Meta is laying off another 1,000 employees. Now remember, all of these are on top of everything that they've done last year. And that's not even all of them. I didn't even name them all. Pretty soon, you won't need to strike. There'll be no such thing as a general strike anymore.
That is a lot of companies in a short window of time. But hold on, Trump was challenged in a recent interview where a person doing the interview had pushed back on Trump and his economy claims, talking about it's the best economy ever and there's tons of jobs. That's not what we're seeing. That's not what the data says. And he pushed back on the narrative from the president saying this.
There's some bad too.
Well, it's killing a lot of jobs. And what do you say to Americans who are going to lose their jobs to AI?
It's going to create a lot of jobs.
But right now it's taking jobs in a lot of ways. It's taking jobs from companies like Amazon. What would you say to those Americans?
But it hasn't really started. You know, these major plants haven't even been built. What you're going to
but Mr. President, AI has already started to take jobs because the technology is there.
So we have, it's just announced, more jobs right now occupied in the United States of America than at any time during its existence, 250 years. There are more people working today than at any time in the history of our country. Pretty good stat.
That
kills that question.
Yeah, we have to look it up.
That's a good answer. That kills that question.
Mr. President, there's widespread concern that AI is going to wipe out a lot of jobs, manufacturing jobs.
They said the internet was going to do, everything was going to do, robots are going to kill jobs, everything's going to kill jobs, and you end up, if you're smart, doing great.
Where are the jobs, Trump? Where are the jobs? You are going off of data that we don't see. Or maybe you're not going off the data at all. So are we still blaming this on issues from the Biden economy? Or is Trump taking full accountability for these new numbers? We know the Trump policy so far has impacted not only the job market, but trade, obviously, inflation. But let's just focus on the job market for this video.
What do you mean? The borders closed. Layoffs in January were the highest to start a year since 2009. Trump's economy, baby. This is what America voted for. What do you mean U.S. job openings dropped to a 5-year low in December? 5 years, back to the first Trump presidency. Again, I don't understand why America wanted more of the same disaster that was the first Trump presidency. But this is what you voted for, America. But all of these jobs are for real Americans, because this is America and we are creating jobs for real Americans. What do you mean 108,000 job cuts in January, the highest tally for the first month of the year since 2009? And don't worry, the AI revolution is still happening, so more jobs are going to be taken. And he's firing more federal workers who are not finding jobs in the private sector, by the way. That is yet another abject lie he is telling. But yeah, he now has the right to fire 50,000 more federal workers.
What impact did Trump and Trump policies have on last year and now this year? Jobs reports numbers, impact on jobs, and by way, impact on inflation. What do you make of this? You tell me. Put your comments below. Let's talk about it. This is Where is the Money? Talk to you soon.